do have a TikTok account dedicated basically for the demo of the house because it was too hard to make proper videos while we were doing all of the demo. But right here, Tim is doing all the framing to make sure that our sisters that were unsupported are now supported, and he's also framing out the pantry opening, and we're actually using the pantry opening as a way to support the uppers joist because it landed almost perfectly like it was meant to be. French doors in the bottom freezer.
How far off of this?
It has to come 4 foot off this window, plus I'm leaving room for trim. So I think it was like, so I'm gonna have 4 inches of trim here.
Which is about the second.
Which is about there. And then it'll be about
4 feet?
4 feet, so it's gonna come to there. So fridge and a fridge.
So your light switches.
So my light switches.
Your fridge box is gonna be like
boom.
And then it's gonna be your.
Well, I guess this can fluctuate. It was just I wanted at least 4 inches of trim around the window, but we can kind of go in a hair. I just don't want to make the window look any less grand.
Yeah.
So if we could stick around 4 inches, and then if I can still try and get my 3 light switches in tight. We might have to do a custom cover. But anyway, okay. So we'll have fridge here built in. I'll have a top cabinet that's about 12 inches tall because the fridge is about 6 feet tall. So then we'll have, because it's 9.5. So we'll have some room left over.
Okay.
So I'm at 6. So then I'll have like a 2 foot. I'll have, I think it was like 18 inches of across. I'd like a whole cabinet that goes all the way across and over there.
Taller than that?
Yeah, it's gonna end here basically. It's gonna go 4 inches up from the trim. So the trim will go all the way around. And at 4 inches,
so
I'll have a box.
Around the.
It's gonna be a long.
It's gonna be built around that.
No, because so the crown's gonna come. The crown is 6 inches. So crown comes down.
Oh, so that's a
crown
narrow.
comes around.
You're
It's gonna be
talking
narrow.
about
It's gonna be 18 inches deep. Well, 18 inches tall. It's gonna be 18 inches tall, and then it's gonna be as deep as the fridge on this side, but then narrowed down to. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's basically just gonna be a plate rail shelf. So for knickknacks and bric-a-brac.
Open?
Yeah, it's gonna be open. It's gonna be open just for things. So then here's gonna be the bench seat with 2 drawers underneath. And if you're sitting in the bench seat, the cabinet's gonna come here because it's 24 inches deep. So you'll have 24-inch cabinet, right? Come out. But we don't want the blank space.
What about your trim?
My trim's gonna come. Well, that's gonna have to go into the trim because there's nothing I can do about that.
How much trim do you have?
I don't have enough. I barely have. I mean, we
so
could
the trim's
use
gonna
that.
come out here and then dead end into
I mean, we honestly could make that be our trim. We could just pick our trim.
Well, if your shell, if your thing is here, Your trim would
Could
dead
just run
end and
into
then.
it. Yeah, could just run into
Yeah,
it.
that'd be fine.
Anyways, so bench seat with 2 drawers underneath, so it's not dead space. And then since the cabinet's gonna come up here where the dead space, cause the seat's normally 18 inches tall, so the seat's gonna be about here for your butt to sit.
Okay.
So if you're sitting, boom, then you'd have cabinet space that's dead, so you can access it from this
And
side.
a door there.
Yeah, you'll have drawers here.
Well, pull out.
They'll pull out. So you
What
can
kind of handles
access.
you gonna have there so it's more comfortable to sit?
You probably won't be leaning against it, but you could do, I could just do the hooped ones that are like bigger, so if you do lean against it, it's not like.
Are you worried about people leaning against your window?
People leaning against this window, they're gonna be in for a work.
Mama, say my hideout.
In a second, baby.
Okay.
But yeah, they shouldn't be doing that.
Well, I mean, you naturally don't wanna.
Well, you have 6 inches. Like people would be, in theory, if they're leaning against it, their back's gonna hit at 2 foot.
Yeah,
And
but
then
then
they're
your
gonna,
big back's gonna be.
it's more for aesthetics than it is for I mean, if somebody's gonna be sitting against this, we're gonna have a bigger problem, so there's nothing else to do with this then. So then, we have no uppers.
On this
Okay, on this wall, there's no uppers. I'm gonna
Why
have
is that?
just one, I don't really like uppers. And we have the whole pantry. I'm dying. So we have the whole pantry. So we would have an upper here, because then this whole wall will look like it's built in.
Mama.
Hold on, baby.
Yeah.
Can you go to your room for a minute?
Okay.
Thank you.
I will show you my hideout.
Oh my gosh, you made a hideout?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna come look at it.
It's not have a roof
Oh, that's okay. We don't need a roof for your hideout.
Yeah.
Because the mommy can fit.
because you can't fit.
Go, go, go. Yeah, so this whole wall will look built in. Does that make sense? Okay. Yeah, so this whole wall will be the main, like, and then this will all just be walls. If I ever want to add cabinets, we can. On this side is where you'll be able to access the cabinet going all the way up, so you'll have a door and a door. From this side. Like this tall one, it'll be tall and narrow, so we can put like all of our coffee stuff. So it'll be stacked on, like, you know how we have our,
But facing this way.
yeah, so like you know how we used to have our butlers, or in the big house, how we had the cabinet directly on top of the other cabinet?
Okay.
So it's the cabinet will come out, and then this one it won't have countertop underneath, it'll go straight down. And then you'll have the door and the door, so then this will be filled
Mama.
with all of our, like, coffee.
I love you.
I love you too, honey, can you do me a favor?
What?
Go back to your room.
I just want a hug.
You don't have shoes on.
Wait. Get me back. Give me. Give me.
Wait, well, I gotta finish explaining this to Daddy.
Give me. How about you bring it in?
Can you give me just another minute?
Mama.
Yeah, buddy?
Mama. I want to kill me. Don't let me touch the floor.
Okay. But you gotta go, 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 and I'll be right back. I'll be right there. So then we have our little drop down, and then centered is the sink at 6 foot, because it's a 12-foot wall exactly. So then we'll have one drawer, a cabinet with 2 doors. With the blind corner, we can have a pull out. And then we'll have sink with the trash cans and the small drawers on the side that I showed you. And then we'll have dishwasher, blind corner. And then,
So empty space in there.
but that blind corner, you know how like we did the little house, how we had the one that pulled out to the other side? We're gonna, yeah, we'll do that. Exact same design. And then we'll have a 36-inch cabinet here, and then I'll have the 2 doors on the bottom with a pull out for the blind cabinet. And then this, and then we'll obviously have our range, then pantry. So
Your
if,
range is gonna be here.
yeah, range, pantry, pot filler. Yeah, because there's already plumbing in that wall for the shower, so we might as well just,
Yeah, we
if
can
we're
take it
there,
off.
if we're
I'm a
there.
little worried about stealing so much water from one run.
How often am I gonna be using my pot filler while people are showering?
Yeah, that's a good point. Probably all the time.
Probably all the time. Now that you say it.
Yeah, now you say
Now
it,
you
probably
say
it's probably
it.
gonna happen often.
Well, we already can't really run, I mean, we could get a bigger, it doesn't matter. at this point, but I want a pop
No,
filler,
it's
and
just-
we'll figure it out. But, yeah, I don't want pantry door. So if we ever decide that we really want to have uppers, I would put it on this side, because then we can have a built-in hood vent.
It's actually a pretty big kitchen.
Yeah, I mean, for what we're going to use it for. I mean, our
For the
pantry.
size of this house,
Well, it's going to be really useful because we obviously use our kitchen a lot. But I will say, like,
it's big enough to have an island.
stop it. I would like a little table, but something I can put to the side
Yep.
that I don't use all the time. I just hate how they collect clutter.
But I was just thinking, if this is there,
Yeah.
I guess it would be because you have that bump now, so it probably isn't.
Everything's moving in 2 feet,
Yeah.
so it
probably
will
isn't.
feel a lot smaller.
Yeah.
But because there's not going to be uppers on this side, I think it'll make it feel a lot bigger. So it'll just be either tile or I'll do really nice, like stamped plaster, or I'll do
Yeah.
something on the walls.
Why are you
that's really
boiling water?
pretty. Oh, I was gonna make tea. And then, yeah. So if we ever decide to do
Mama,
cabinets,
I'm fixing it up. So, how about
I'm on my way.
I'm
I'm on
braining,
my way.
I'm making my heart out more.
Oh, good. You gotta keep it going, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we do the upper cabinet, we can have a whole row if we want. And then we can have the hood vent tucked into it, so it looks like up and out. Yeah, up and then 90 out. As long as we can get it as straight as possible.
I'm sure we can.
I don't know why we wouldn't. I mean, you go straight into the soffit on the outside.
Yeah, you got water.
We have lots of room.
Jesus.
It's so windy. I know, look at that wind go. Woo! It's a blowing.
It's like an actual little
And we
spin.
got a little tornado. But yeah, so I think the 2 trash cans is gonna be good, and then we can access it all behind the trash cans like last time.
Yeah.
And then the dishwasher is gonna be on that side, so it'll be nice. I'd like a drain board in my
That
countertop.
side?
Yeah. I'd like a drain board in my countertop. Well, if I put it here, then I couldn't have anybody sit on the bench seat, and I lose the ability in the blind corner to have any kind of access.
I get it.
So this way it gives me the most amount of, like, we're not gonna have any lost space if we do it that way. I mean, you're gonna have to make really custom cabinets, but you're used to that at this point.
Well, if you want to start putting your electrical boxes in,
Yeah.
starting there, start putting in electrical boxes, and then this afternoon
Yeah.
I'll work
I'm
on,
looking something.
we'll finish up electrical and insulation in this wall.
Yeah, because I have one more box. I guess I don't need one there, but I need, because
But I
that's
wanna
within
go,
6 feet.
I gotta clean my truck out and
Okay.
get it.
You're good. I'll do my thing and I'll mark it up
It's
and
208, so I
figure
gotta
out
get
my,
this.
I'll figure out my jam.
stuff.
Something that's really cool about our children is the fact that they've all grown up in houses that were being remodeled, so they really don't know anything different. Our oldest daughter, who is going to be 9, when she was 3 years old, we bought our first house, and she really doesn't have any memories of anything other than us in construction, and she's really handy herself. Then around the same time my middle daughter was 3, we started renovating our second house. And she grew up in the same situation and kind of just learned how to do a bunch of stuff. And she is an incredibly handy person as well. So it only seems right that by the time our son was 3, we had bought our next house and we were working on renovating. So now he only knows this lifestyle. After I sent him back to his room, we played in the fort for a while, but then he wanted to get on his work boots and help me, which I think is absolutely sweet because I hate taking down plaster. And for some reason, he seems to really enjoy the demo of it. You watch us walk through our kitchen, kind of talk about it, get all of the insulation, drywall, electrical in, which is super awesome. I was doing a lot of the doors, so I didn't help as much for things. And let's kind of give you a little tour of what happened. Excuse the mess. Obviously, we're in the middle of tearing apart like a third of the house, so it's kind of gnarly. But like a moment of appreciation for this door I just finished stripping. Like, the moldings are so pretty. Okay, so we have the wall almost completely done. Tim moved the door over, so now the door is centered in the center of the house. We have to leave everything open up there because we got our first beam in, but we have to get our second beam in, and we're putting in an I-beam to hold all of the structure of the upstairs. Right now, it's totally supported. It just, like, needs more structure because we're going to end up adding a load upstairs, which you never want to just add in without doing the math on it. So we have to leave that little bit of insulation open. We have our electrical poked into the sunroom, ready to go for that. Everything's like ready to go, but nothing's wired into the panel because we still have to do boxes on the other side, boxes in there, boxes in the ceiling. We're just not there yet. And then look at this other door. I mean, she's so pretty. She's got original wavy glass. That door I pulled out of our garage, and it literally had a dead animal on like 2 spots of it, like right there where the dark spots are. So that's going to be pretty to sand. So this is the wall that we're working on next, and this is all the lumber we saved to put in that wall to fix the most amount of damage. So the next video, you will see the amount of damage that is just in this wall is intense. So this was the worst part of the house, and we knew it when we bought it because that's where all the water was coming in. So as of right now, this is our kitchen. Oh, and this is our pantry wall framed out. Eventually we'll have another, I mean, it's not fully framed out, obviously, but this is where our pantry is going to go on the other side of the bathroom. Basically, our only goal is to get this part insulated so that the rest of the house is a whole heck of a lot warmer. And then I just got all my light fixtures, so I know exactly where everything's going. So now we can put in the boxes, put in the insulation, get all the drywall up on the ceilings, and it'll be so much nicer. But now that our unsupported sisters are supported, I feel a whole lot safer, and we're about to get this beam in. I'm hoping sometime in the next like 20 minutes because Tim's looking for a bracket. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. And that one, I'm hoping, will be the start of a really fun kitchen series that leads into our bathroom series, and we'll just kind of see which one happens first because at this point we have all the stuff for both. So I don't know. I guess it'll be a duke out for, do I get a kitchen or do I get a bathroom?